In a beautiful village, far from the hustle and bustle of the world, there lived a wise monk known for his deep understanding of life's mysteries. He often spent his days sitting beneath a beautiful cherry blossom tree, contemplating the essence of existence. The villagers admired his wisdom, and people from far and wide would seek his counsel. One crisp spring morning, as the delicate pink blossoms fluttered down like confetti, a curious traveler approached the monk. The traveler was a man burdened by doubts and uncertainties, questions that had plagued his heart for years. He had traveled far, hoping to find someone who could give him the answers he so desperately sought. "Master," the traveler began, his voice tinged with both reverence and desperation, "I have heard tales of your wisdom. They say you hold the answers to life's greatest questions. Please, I must ask you, is God really watching us? Does he see everything we do? And if so, why do I feel so lost, so unseen?" The monk, his face serene and kind, looked up at the traveler with a gentle smile. He gestured for the traveler to sit beside him under the cherry blossom tree. The petals continued to fall softly around them, creating an atmosphere of calm and introspection. "Let me tell you a story," the monk said, his voice as soothing as the rustling leaves. The traveler leaned in, eager to listen, hoping that this story would finally bring him the peace he had been searching for. "There once was a humble farmer," the monk began, "who worked tirelessly in his fields from dawn until dusk. His hands were calloused, his back bent from years of labor. Despite his hard work, he carried a heavy burden in his heart. The farmer believed that unseen eyes were always watching him, judging his every move. This belief consumed him, filling his days with worry and his nights with restless sleep. He wondered if he was doing enough, if he was good enough, if his actions were pleasing to those unseen eyes. One evening, as the sun began to set and the sky was painted with hues of orange and pink, the farmer found himself wandering deeper into the forest that bordered his fields. He had never ventured this far before, but something drew him onward. As he walked, he came across a hidden grove, a place untouched by human hands. In the center of the grove stood a magnificent tree, taller and more beautiful than any tree he had ever seen. Its branches were laden with golden fruit, shimmering in the fading light. Filled with awe, the farmer approached the tree, his heart pounding in his chest. He reached out to touch one of the fruits, its surface smooth and warm. To his astonishment, the tree spoke. Its voice was deep and resonant, yet filled with kindness. "I am the essence of all that is," the tree said. "I have watched you toil and struggle, but know this, I do not judge you." The farmer was taken aback, his mind racing. How could this be? He had always believed that he was being watched, scrutinized, his every flaw magnified by some unseen force. But here was this tree, this embodiment of something greater, telling him that he was not being judged. As the tree continued to speak, the farmer realized that it was not just the tree speaking to him. It was his own heart, his own inner voice. The tree reflected the truth that had been within him all along. It was not about being watched by others, but about being present with oneself, about living in truth and love, free from the chains of judgment and fear. With this newfound clarity, the farmer felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He returned to his fields the next day, but something had changed. He no longer worked with the heavy burden of worry. Instead, he worked with joy, with a lightness in his heart that he had not felt in years. He realized that it was not about being seen by some distant watcher, but about seeing himself, about being true to who he was, and finding peace within. The monk paused, letting the weight of the story settle in. The traveler, who had been listening intently, now sat in quiet contemplation. The cherry blossoms continued to fall around them, a reminder of the beauty and simplicity and the transient nature of life. The monk then turned to the traveler, his eyes filled with understanding and compassion. God is not a distant watcher, he said softly. God is within you, within every moment of truth and love. It's not about being seen by some external force. It's about seeing yourself, about living authentically and being true to your own heart. When you do that, you will find that you are never alone, that the divine presence is with you, guiding you from within. The traveler sat silently, the monk's words echoing in his mind. He felt as if a veil had been lifted, revealing a truth that had always been there, just beyond his grasp. He realized that he had been searching for answers outside of himself, when all along the answers were within. As the traveler rose to leave, he bowed deeply to the monk, his heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Master," he said, "for showing me the way. And also, a genuine thank you for watching and supporting our channel. I didn't use end screen video here because I want to genuinely thank you and leave you with one message that helped me in my toughest times. I know you are strong, you just don't realize how strong you are."